Hello, everyone. My name is Glenn Weinberg. I'm the Director of Community Programs here at Joule Community Power. With me is Mike Gordon, our CEO.
Hi, we're going to talk today about community choice aggregation, and it is a new policy lever available to New York State municipalities. One of our key company roles is to empower the little guy. Specifically with CCA, our focus is on near-term, actionable, and practical steps that communities can take to create local earnings and to create savings for homeowners and small businesses through, first of all, collective clout of aggregate purchasing. Secondly, through reduction of energy consumption, primarily by small consumers. And third, from enhancing the viability of local renewable generation. We, as a firm, share in the value that is derived from this reduced consumption and from better timing of energy consumed. Now, all of that is quite general. We now can and will get more specific. What is community choice aggregation? So currently, your electricity bill is actually two bills. The electrons generated by the power plants and the distribution system, the poles and wires that deliver those electrons to you. And the distribution system is a regulated system. And with community choice aggregation, the utility continues to deliver the electrons or the natural gas. That doesn't change. However, the generated electricity is a competitive market, and you and your residents have likely received phone calls asking you to change your competitive supplier. Now, if you do nothing, the state currently dictates who your electricity and natural gas supplier will be. What community choice aggregation allows the locality to do is to instead designate who that supplier will be if a resident doesn't actively choose one. That empowerment goes to the local municipality rather than where it currently sits with the state. The municipality can then aggregate the full community and designate which competitive supplier provides and under what terms, electricity or natural gas, for basically each resident and small business in the community.
So that's what CCA is, but more importantly is what CCA does. The real power of community choice aggregation is in the multiple functions that it can serve for your community. We like to call it a Swiss Army knife, meaning that it can enable you to accomplish any and all of your local clean energy goals. It gives small customers market clout by banding them together and helps you declare local energy independence. CCA lets you dictate the terms of how you generate and purchase electricity in your community.
So, in terms of giving you the opportunity to define your future, let's talk about this in the context of the statewide regulatory reality or the shifting regulatory reality. Currently, you may have heard of REV, Reforming the Energy Vision, and it's a statewide initiative. It's put forward by Governor Cuomo. In essence, it redefines how utilities are going to make money, and it also focuses on empowering the consumer. And the four buckets that we show here indicate the ways that the utility is going to make more money, increased profit margins, as of December 1st of this year, 2016. And when our communities organize appropriately and intelligently, we can extract portions of this value and can bring a significant share of that value in terms of actual cash back to the local community itself.
CCA keeps energy dollars local. It creates local green jobs. It protects consumers from predatory practices that ESCOs are sometimes notorious for by putting the community in the driver's seat, allowing the community to draft its own supply contract, and thereby inverting the typical market leverage. Traditionally, the supplier determines the contract terms, but with CCA, it gives consumers the opportunity to get a long-term fixed-rate contract, which insulates them from market volatility and also allows them to use their aggregated demand as an asset in energy markets. With community choice aggregation, consumers are able to keep value local and lower their utility bills at the same time. It also gives communities a channel to serve larger energy goals, such as the proliferation of renewables and energy efficiency. Westchester Power, the state's first community choice aggregation program, was launched earlier this year in May in Westchester County. Joule was instrumental in the design and implementation of that program through a local nonprofit, Sustainable Westchester. Currently, roughly 107,000 customers in 20 municipalities are being served by the Westchester Power program through fixed-rate supply contracts. They're seeing roughly 5.5% to 10.5% savings against the utility rate. Customers have a free opt-out, meaning that they can leave the program at any time they want with no penalty at all. And perhaps more importantly, roughly 2/3 of those 107,000 customers are buying 100% renewable power through a Green E certified renewable energy credit program. And it's important to note that while that's a good start, it's not the end of the road in terms of driving renewables through CCA. We have already begun to drive the development of new local renewables and distributed energy resources in Westchester County.
Joule is focused on pragmatic and actionable innovation, as we mentioned earlier. We're creating tools to help you more effectively identify what you want to accomplish, and even more important, to help make those goals a reality. So specifically, we've developed contractual features within the CCA process that act as levers to help you achieve the ends you identify. So specifically, or as an example, when your community achieves energy efficiency, particularly at peak, with our contractual structures, prices for residents and small business will actually go down. As you are developing local distributed renewable generation, we have built tools into the contractual structure to allow that development to reduce your consumers' prices. When you're taking a look at local impact, a contract should be customizable to address exactly what it is that you want to achieve locally, what you're in the middle of achieving, moving that forward more rapidly and more effectively, and specifically what kinds of benefits you can derive given your own community's assets and very particular challenges. For example, what kinds of earnings can you draw from reducing energy consumption in your community at specifically smart times? That's just one example that can develop and enhance achievement of your goals for your constituencies.
We'd love to come and talk more with you about CCA, so please do get in touch with us. Our contact information is right there on your screen, and we look forward to talking more with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.